Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I know everyone's taking, your personal time out to be here for us to have a successful DPAC election. So thank you so much. Tonight is September 30th, and we're going to be conducting our DPAC election. Let me share my screen. Does everyone see my screen? Oh,
Yes.
thank
Yeah.
you so much.
You're good, Jenny.
Okay. So we do have a packed agenda tonight. Besides the election, we have Superintendent Dr. Mike here. He's going to do our opening remarks. And then we'll also have our Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Saren. And then we're going to go over the Title I, have an overview what Title I is. And then we're going to, conduct the election. After the election, we're going to review the DPAC bylaws. We have tried to review it since March by doing an amendments, but since we never didn't meet the quorum since March, we just have to review them each month that we have the meeting. And then I'm gonna announce some of the upcoming meetings and then open up the floor for any questions. We have meeting norms. We start and end on time. Sorry, we are 8 minutes late. It's one voice when speaking. This is a safe space to speak. It's 1, 2, 3, and then me. If you spoke already, allow 3 people to speak before you speak again. We're here to respect all. We are here to be present and engaged and involved. Before I'm giving the floor to Dr. Mike, we're gonna review the minutes from March, April, and May and June, and hopefully we can have someone make a motion to approve them. These are all listed here. And again, our slide and meeting documentations can be found on d25.nyc's website. That's our district website under public meetings. Let me quickly go over the March minutes for our DPAC meeting. It was a virtual meeting, and our chairperson was Catherine St. Pierre. We will welcome everyone and call the meeting to order. We had the superintendent's report and the family support coordinator, which is me. I gave an update of the DPAC's roles and responsibilities. We ensure that all DPAC members have access to the bylaws. As we were talking about amendments to the bylaw, we were going to change the quorum from 8 to 5. Due to lacking of the quorum, we were not able to make any changes yet. And then we were talking about the CEC elections update and then school survey. Let me know if you guys want it bigger, okay? Okay. Is this okay? And then we had the CPAC updates. CPAC is where we attend the city PAC meetings monthly and get updates from them. And then when we get some information, we'll bring it back to our meetings and turnkey to our school community. And then we mentioned about a few upcoming events, which is the CEC meeting, President's Council meeting, and DPAC meeting. And then we were talking about summarizing updates and then meeting adjourned. That was for March meeting. Can I get a motion for approval?
Motion for approval.
Thank you. Can I get a second? Can someone second the motion?
Second.
Thank you so much. And let me go over let me close March minutes and go to our April minutes. Okay, April minute was also a virtual meeting. It was conducted on Wednesday, April 30th. Jenny Cheng, I called the meeting to order at 3:06. Dr. Mike welcome everyone. And Catherine St. Pierre, which is our DPAC chair, she outlined the meeting norms. We were not able to approve the March meeting, so we tabled that for the next meeting. And then Superintendent Dr. Dantona, he gave his reports. He talked about upcoming events. He talked about enrollment and timelines. He talked about testing season, district events, youth leadership team, art funding, ELA Sprint Initiative, CEP development goals, and for next year. And then we introduced all our DPAC meetings. We had Catherine St. Pierre as chair, and we have Crystal Gonzalez as secretary. We had no one for alternate. It was vacant. It's been vacant for a while. And we again reviewed the DPAC bylaws in hoping that we would meet the quorum to make the amendments, but we did not. So we tabled that for following months. And we talked about the CEC election updates. And I updated everyone about the CEC voting period and demonstrated how parents could vote on the next account and encourage everyone to vote. And then we talked about upcoming meetings, the usual CEC meeting, President's Council meeting, and DPAC meetings. And we opened the floor for questions. And Dr. Mike, he emphasized the importance of votings for the upcoming CEC party that we held at PS 32. And we thank everyone for being here, and the DPAC meeting adjourned. Can I get a motion for approval for our April meeting?
Motion for approval.
Thank you so much. Can someone second motion the approval for the April meeting?
I second
You
the
ha-
motion.
Thank you so much. Gonna close this one, and I'm gonna go to our May meeting. Again, May meeting was conducted virtually on May 29th. I welcome everyone and only noted that we were only 4 parents present. We did not approve the minutes as we were not meeting quorum. So we were tabling that for the June meeting. Dr. Mike provided his superintendent's report. He was talking about college saving program, which is NYC Kids Rise. How important it is, and he was talking about district-wide initiative. And then we introduced our DPAC members, Catherine and Crystal. And again, the vacancy of alternate was still not filled. And then we reviewed the DPAC bylaws in hoping to meet the quorums, but we did not. So we tabled that for the following months. We gave some CEC updates, how voting rolled out, and then we the result was shown in July. And then the voting party, we again emphasized that we had a voting at PS 32 where we were supporting every parent who have any questions in regards to CEC. And then we mentioned those upcoming meetings, again, CEC meeting, President's Council meeting, and DPAC meeting. And then the goal for the following months would be having a DPAC election and approved DPAC bylaws. And we opened the floor for questions, and we adjourned the meeting at 6:52. Can I get a motion to approve the May minutes?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Can someone second motion it?
Jenny, do you,
Second.
I was gonna ask if the person would have had to be at the meeting to approve?
I did speak with my with a colleague who works for the high schools. He advised me that they don't have to be there, so that's why I'm reading all the points up and make sure that we did everything that we have been, putting on the minutes.
Okay, I wasn't
And
sure, so
that-
that's.
Yeah,
that-
it's just basically an acknowledgement, Angela, that,
Gotcha.
That was my question too, because I know we have a new group of parents and they were not present at March, May, April. That's why
Yeah.
I seek advice. And he said, that's fine, as long as I'm giving out all these, details and hopefully, yeah.
Got it, thank you.
Let's go to last one, June meeting, which is the DPAC election. So June meeting was held on, oh, did I not click on the right? Let me see. Oh, okay, so I guess the date is wrong. Okay, June meeting was held on, I apologize, let me double check. It was held on June 25th. I want to make sure I have the correct minute. I did click on this one, correct? Okay, so I guess the date is wrong. I apologize. It was held on June 25th. I welcome everyone to the DPAC election and the final DPAC meetings of 2024 and 2025 school year. The superintendent, Dr. Mike, he was not present, so we have our deputy superintendent give out the superintendent's report. He was talking about the end of the year progress report. And then he mentioned about the priorities. Priority 2 is physical and emotional safety. Priority 3 is high quality academic experience. And then priority 4 is math readiness. And priority 5 is chronic absenteeism. And then again, we did not meet quorum, so we could not approve the minutes from March, April, and May. And we tabled them for the following month, which is today, September 30th. Again, I introduced all the DPAC members, which is Catherine and Crystal. I reviewed the update and I reviewed the bylaws and talked about the update, but again, we did not meet quorum, so we could not get approval. We talked about DPAC election, and we will postpone it to September since we did not meet quorum. So we have the 3 vacancies of PAC chair, alternate, and DPAC secretary. I myself also gave an overview of Title I and PAC about Title I and PAC. I review the responsibilities and what Title I is and what they do. And I open the floor for questions at the meeting adjourned. Can I get a motion to approve the June minutes for our DPAC meeting?
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Can someone second motion?
I approve.
Thank you so much. Okay, then I'm gonna close the minute and we can move on to Dr. Mike. Okay, before I give you the floor, Dr. Mike, again, today is the Title I DPAC election, so it's gonna be trying to fill the 3 vacancies, chairperson, alternate, and secretary. And DPAC election is, if you get elected, it's a 2 years term. You will be holding the seat for 2025 to 2027. Dr. Mike, I'm gonna stop sharing so you can give out your report.
Sure. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thanks so much for being here, and most importantly for all that you do for your schools. Just as you entered, I heard number of roles that you're already assuming as parent leaders. So I thank you for the time that you give and devote to your schools, your communities, and most importantly, the students in the district. So I know that this is another layer of fun for you. So I appreciate you for taking the time to support our efforts. My reports can go long. I'm not going to do that to you tonight because those of you who have experienced things with me, I like to share as much as possible, be as transparent as possible with you around the things that we're doing. But because I know that you have elections, I will try to keep my commentary as brief as I can, but also to give you a little bit of information in terms of where we're at as a district community. So first and foremost, you'll see on here this notion of let's get stronger than ever in 25, 26. Our mindset here in the district is around this notion of strong roots, strong schools, as part of our vision statement around building those strong foundations. And for us as a district community, we want to get them to be as strong as we possibly can this school year. So a few things that lead into that work is this idea of connection before content. Something that our kids and our adults in the building are going to be really charged with by me in terms of relationship building. I know we talk about academics quite a bit, and rightfully so. But in my opinion, one of the things that's going to help us get to where we want to be is by our kids learning how to communicate with one another really well. How do they communicate with the adults in their schools really well? And how do the adults communicate with one another really well? We serve as models for our kids, and the manner in which we engage with others matters. Our kids follow that. They see that on a regular basis. And it's important for me as the superintendent to share this out widely across all of our schools, that we need to create opportunities for our kids to engage in discussion outside of their phones, outside of the academics, but connected to the things that, can just promote a thought-provoking discussion. So what you see here in this first one, I'm not going to show this video, but you'll have access to this deck to review. But we have over 100 brand new teachers in District 25 due to class size, law, and many of our schools were able to bring on new staff. And our first entry place into this was doing something as simple as rock, paper, scissors. You know, and you might say, well, Mike, how is that going to promote, you know, relationship building? But the way that we did it here was, you know, each person that took their turn, they had to find someone new in the audience, engage in rock, paper, scissors, and the person that won, you know, got to move on to compete against another individual in the audience, while the person that they beat became their cheerleader. And before you know it, by the end of it, we had 50 people on one side, 50 people on the other, just really cheering each other on, you know, to see who the rock, paper, scissors champion was. And, you know, what it allowed for was, and the whole point of this, especially for kids, is that sometimes we're not always rooted for. And this created an opportunity to promote that across our schools. And it was a really, really cool activity. We're promoting this with our staff so that we can then promote it with our kids. And I'm going to ask you just for 2 minutes to indulge me in a very short one. We're not going to do rock, paper, scissors because it's hard to do that virtually. But just a simple question. You know, what holiday or celebration do you look forward to the most and why? This would be something we would do in partners. I'd break you out into just these little partnerships so that we can have a quick little chat with a neighbor. But just for time's sake, if I can ask you just to take a moment to reflect on that. Is there a specific thing that you celebrate or a specific holiday that you celebrate that means most to you? And why would that be? And if you'd indulge me just to, you know, take a moment to reflect and then come off mute and share that out loud, you know, I'd love to hear it. And then we can kind of move on just so that you get an idea of what we're asking our schools to do with our kids. I'll give you a quick example of one that was just recently happened in one of our schools. A teacher asked a group of students, so, you know, who do you think has it easier today, adults or children? And, you know, it was interesting, the dynamics of the conversation. And the kids said that they have it easier than the adults because they're not the ones that have to go out and make the living to pay the bills, which I thought was a really interesting response coming from them. But if there's, just take a moment, if you could, reflect, and then we'll kind of come back together for a quick little chat, and then I'll move on with my deck. But if any of you have a thought on that quick little connector, please feel free to come off mute, raise your hand, put it in the chat. I'd love for at least a couple of you to share out.
I'm sorry, Dr. Mike. I was trying to sign in. I'm not good at this while you were talking, but what I heard was you wanted to know what's your favorite holiday.
Yeah, what's your
why?
favorite holiday and why? Yeah.
For me, it's like almost equivalently equally Thanksgiving and Christmas, but I'll choose Christmas because of the festivities, music, family, of course.
Love that. Thank you, Angela. Anyone else?
Hi everyone, my name is Madeline. I would have to second with Angela and say Christmas and Thanksgiving as well. I guess just spending time with the family and just being around them. I'm a Thanksgiving baby and my husband is a Christmas baby. He was born on the 25th, so we kind of try to do it as special and as separated from both the holiday and the birthdays, but we love it. So we love.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Crystal here. Good
Hi,
evening,
Crystal.
everyone. Mine, Thanksgiving, and that's for me, it's not only for family, but because of what we do at Thanksgiving time. My family and I go around and feed people that are less fortunate. And it just reminds us not just that time of year, but to be grateful and thankful and, you know, have gratitude for all things at all times. And that's just one of my favorite times of the year.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome, Crystal. The idea of being able to give back is so cool. Love that.
Thanks.
And I saw Rachel put in my the wedding anniversary, the start of her family. I really love that also, Rachel. Thank you for sharing that in the chat. And if I had to say for myself, Thanksgiving is also one of the big ones for me, and mostly for the things that you guys said around being able to connect and engage with family. And what I like about Thanksgiving is that it's really about, it's not about the presents so much that, you know, the kids tend to get themselves wrapped up in, and they can't wait for Christmas, mostly because they can't wait to get something. And to me, what I love about Thanksgiving is that it's not really about that. It's about, you know, being able to be in gratitude and in company with those that you care most about. So That for me is certainly my top one. Anyone else before we move on? I see you're ready to New Year's Eve watching cheesy TV programs with kids while being silly at home, hanging out in our PJs and staying up late. Yeah, I love that. Thank you already. That's awesome. So if you got anyone, why do you think we need to do this? This simple little chat. It takes a couple of minutes, but why is something like this important, do you think?
To get to know each other.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Crystal, that's awesome. Madeline, I saw you came off mute too.
I was gonna say just to be engaged with one another and just getting to know one another a little bit more, as Crystal said.
Mm. If we don't open up opportunities for our kids to do this, they're likely not going to just do that on their own. They'll talk about other things perhaps, but you know, what are they really in relationship to? You know, and I think about my son, he's in 9th grade, and my daughter is 11th grade, and they're two very different kids. Matthew, if you let him, will stay silent all day. Emily will talk your ear off, right? It's about making sure that kids can be comfortable in you know, learning that it's okay to have a conversation with someone that is next to you. You know, Matthew, we grew up with this family. I'll tell you this quick. This is why my conversations go long, guys. Sorry. We grew up with this family. My daughter played softball with a young lady, and her sister and Matthew were always together in company because they played softball together. Only to learn during the year, he sat literally right in front of this child all year and did not say one word to her. Not one, nothing, zero. You know, so it's about how do we create opportunities for our kids just to be able to connect and communicate. And that's really what this is all about. So your kids throughout the year, one of the things that I'm asking all of our schools at minimum to do is one time a week at minimum. They can do it more, but at minimum, one time a week, engage in some kind of connection before content in their classrooms, whether they are in elementary school or in middle, so that we can promote the relationship building that's necessary inside of our schools. Okay, let me move on. Couple of other things and expectations that I have for our buildings. You'll see this notion of stronger and strong, all related to the context of the roots of a tree. And for me, when I break out that space of stronger, it really relates to something that's part of my core values and beliefs, and that's that we're using information, referred to as data, to make really strong decisions. Ultimately, that's what I'm asking for all of our schools to do. Do we know our kids? Do we know what our communities need? How do we dig in and come up with really strong action plans to support our next steps? So this whole acronym of stronger is really related to that we identify things based on what we know in our schools. We go through that and identify targeted areas of need, research, and support. So all of our buildings, whether they are through the SLT or through the schools leadership teams, my expectation is that they're thinking about that through this mindset. In our schools, just to make sure you're all clear, our reading programs for our elementary schools, Hegarty, Foundations, HMH into reading. For our middle schools, it's interliterature. Mathematics, we have Amplify Math in grades 6 through 8. Our elementary schools have not organized around a common curriculum just yet, although the vast majority use Envisions. We do have a couple of schools that use other programs, including Amplify. Some of the schools are piloting that program currently for departmental 4th and 5th grade classrooms. Passport to Social Studies is our social studies program across grades. Civics for All is the companion piece. We are asking, and you'll see in a moment, that all schools engage in Civics for All work. And then we have Amplify Science is our core program for science. In terms of assessment, K-2 is for Acadians. It's our reading assessment administered 3 times a year. iReady reading administered 3 times a year for our kids in 3 to 8. Some of our schools do both Acadians and iReady for the K-2, but that's not something that all schools do. My expectation is that Acadians is administered across all buildings. For mathematics, K-8 is iReady 3 times a year. And then for our kids that are taking the Algebra 1 Regents, we administer the MAP assessment because it's more aligned with the Regents exam than what iReady is at this time. So we do that 3 times a year. Now, you're going to see a much heavier push, and those of you that maybe listened in on the Chancellor's message yesterday, she did State of the Schools for the city, but she talked about MTSS. This is something that you're going to see that's been part of our conversation in the district for a long time, but we are really digging in this year. In particular, all of our schools have developed what we call a win period in their buildings. It should hopefully sound familiar to some of you. If it doesn't, these are things that important for you to ask. For children that are falling what I refer to as outside that sphere of success, that they're just not necessarily on level just yet, we're asking all of our schools to have these periods embedded where kids are receiving some additional support. Programs that we have in the district that where our teachers have either been trained or are being trained in are programs called Sound Sensible. Those are for our kids that are still having a hard time understanding the sounds, the letter sounds, and they need that additional intervention, particularly in our kindergarten, first and second grade. Spire for those kids that need really intensive intervention around phonics and how to decode those words. That's what Spire is about. And then Phonics for Reading is really for our upper elementary school grades in grades 3 to 5 who are having a hard time with decoding, fluency, and comprehension. So those three programs are those that we're using in our elementary school, while our middle school is using programs like Rewards, Just Words, and Phonics for Reading. So our buildings are really working hard at making sure that folks are trained. And we do this in tiers. Tier 3 is the most intensive. Groups will be smaller, likely will be provided by an IEP teacher or a special educator that has additional opportunities within their program to offer small group. But just so you know that this is something that is an expectation in the district that we're going to really be working hard to get better at as the school year goes on. And lastly, just so you know, you'll see this language quite a bit too from me, this idea of consistency, coherence, and belonging. Those are three words that we're really pushing on our schools. This will be year 3 of implementation of the HMH program. Our staff understand the program. They know what it's about. Now it's about us getting really dug in and get consistent, making sure that across all of our classrooms, our kids are experiencing a high quality learning experience from one room to the next. And in order for us to do that, I'm charging schools with 3 things: the knowledge of the standards, knowledge of their children, and knowledge of the resources. All of those things combined will allow us to make really smart, strong decisions for our kids in the classroom. So those are things, and I like to just make you guys aware so that you have knowledge of what I'm asking of schools, so that when you hear it in our buildings, you know that there's that familiar connection to what we're asking for at the district level. And lastly, I'm going to go over this very briefly. Celebrating our successes as a district, we did have a productive year. We have a lot more room to grow. Don't get me wrong. So I celebrate, but also knowing that we have more to improve. So we grew by just under 6% overall as a district. We met our target, which was 5% for all students. We were just under our goal of meeting 10% for our targeted subgroups, which you will see below. On this slide, we were at 9.3% average increase for our Hispanic learners in the district. Our goal was 10%, 8.6% for our Black learners in the district. Our L learners, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about in just a moment, was at 4.6%, and our students with IEPs was 7% improvement in reading. In mathematics, not necessarily the same level of improvement. We did see some growth, about 1.7% improvement in math overall. Our targeted subgroups did improve by more than that. But this is not something that we are necessarily overly happy with. We still want to grow consistently moving forward. Overall, as a district, we're over 64% of our kids are reading currently on or above grade level, and just under 69% of our kids are on or above grade level in mathematics, which are highs for us here in District 25. We're looking to continue to push upon that as a community. The 2 groups rather, that are going to be most emphasized this year are English language learners and our students with IEPs. And the reason why is our Ls make up around 26, 27. Last year it was 28% of our population, and our performance is around 14%. When you include all of our Ls in the equation, it winds up putting us in a space that we know that we have to do better. If we can elevate our English language learners, the overall performance in the district is going to increase significantly. Now, it's easier said than done. It's not you know, for our kids that are coming in 3, 4, in grades 3, 4, 5, 6, and up, you know, learning the English language in a year is not an easy thing for any kid to do. It does take, by research, 3 to 5 years for a child to become proficient, or even an adult to become proficient in the English language. We need to work as hard as we can to accelerate that. And that's what we're really working to do. So for our L's, we are implementing a what we call a standalone L program pilot for our schools that have a significantly large number of entering and emerging children, so that we can advance their ability to learn the English language, hopefully at a faster rate than what we're currently doing. But it is a group that we are really working hard to you know, to make bigger strides with over time. Now, the next set of slides are all of our goals. I'm not going to necessarily read them to you. We are staying steadfast with our approach of HMH. Goal is to improve by 10% again. We want to continue to elevate and lift that bar for both our L's, all students, our Black learners, and our Hispanic learners. Will continue to be our subgroups until we can make sure that all of our kids are learning successfully. Priority 2 already talked about in terms of those conversation and connection before content moments. We want to increase student-to-student relationships based on survey results by a minimum of 10%. We have about 40% of kids that right now in our middle schools believe that their peer doesn't respect them. That's not a number that I'm okay with. So we do want to improve on that. That's why this relationship building component. In math, we're going to be really focused on sense making and the implementation of Amplify in our middle schools with the goal of improving, again, 5 to 10% for our targeted groups. Civics for All, really, really important for me. We are a Civics for All district, so our schools participate in things called Project Soapbox, where our kids get to do some research, engage in speeches for their peers, as well as engaging in a Take Action project. We want all of our kids to participate in this so that they can earn 1 point to the seal towards the seal for civic readiness from the state. We want them to get that leg up here in elementary and middle so that they have the opportunity to earn that point, those extra points, by the time they get into high school. We also are working towards the Save for College program so that we improve by 10% the number of families. We're only at around 40% of our families taking advantage of this right now. All of our kids that do activate their account will have $100 added to a savings account for them. So, and all families need to do is simply activate the account. And we're hoping to have more folks participate in that than currently do. So we'll have a variety of opportunities throughout the year for families to hear more about it, so we can raise awareness and support. And the last one I want to talk to you about is chronic absenteeism. Right now, we have the second highest attendance rate in New York City. So we do a really, really great job of making sure that our kids come in. But we still, even with having over 95% daily attendance, we have about 14% of our kids currently are chronically absent. Last year it was around 20. We want to sustain the low levels going throughout the year. So usually December, January, February are very rough months, and we wind up seeing a significant decline. We want to try to adjust as much as we possibly can to keep our kids in school. Reminders around those healthy behaviors and washing those hands as often as we can. We know that flu is the flu and COVID is COVID, but we want to make sure that our kids are in school as frequently as we can be, because there's a clear correlation between student attendance and their performance. It's very, very clear. When our kids are in school, they do well. When they're not in school, they struggle. So it's another one of those variables that we're really working hard across our schools to support. And the last two things that I want to mention to you for all of your community members. IS 237 hosts an adult education program through District 79. Last year, we had over 200 community members participate in English language courses. In this case, they're also offering technology courses. It's really a great opportunity, and I want as many families as possible to connect with this. For any of your community members, you can share the flyer. They can utilize the contact at d25nyc.nyc, and we can make sure they can get the information they need in order to register. It's an ongoing registration, so it doesn't mean that there would be cut off if they missed the initial date that was provided there. So any families that you know are looking for learning opportunities to learn how to speak English, this is a great opportunity. So I encourage you to share it widely in your schools so that more and more folks can take advantage of it. And the last thing that that I have for you here are parent survey questions that we intend to send out a survey to all families from the district perspective around the things that are going on that are important to us. Are we going to meetings? Are we getting feedback from our schools around my child's progress? Have you been able to meet with your parent during child's teacher during parent engagement time? And the last two that are also important to me, things that we're doing well that you think of as a parent and things that we can improve as a district. So I do want to send this out, and you don't have to answer right in this moment, but I do ask if you can just spend a little bit of time reflecting on these questions and then giving us feedback around anything else that you think we should ask our parents in the community so that we can learn a little bit more. And the more we learn from you, the better that we're going to be able to get. So we do intend to send this out within the next couple of weeks. It will be certainly translated in Spanish, Chinese, and Korean, our three prominent languages in the district other than English, so that we can get feedback from our community. And then we will use this. We'll bring it back to the DPAC. We'll bring it to CEC. We'll bring it to DLT, asking for recommendations based on areas that are being highlighted as a need. So anything else that you think, what, Mike, here's what you should also be thinking about, or questions that you should be asking, feel free to add some of that feedback in, and we'll work towards including those questions into the mix. Trying to keep it limited though, so that parents don't look at this and say, oh my God, what else do you need me to do here? So we want to try to keep it as pointed as possible. Oh, I'm sorry, and I have one more final slide. We're also asking for feedback around our newest iteration of Strong Roots, Strong Schools. You'll notice here at the top, for those of you who know our previous one, it was from many roots growing as one community. Based on our collaboration with the CEC, we've changed that to from many roots growing in wellness, kindness, and community. We're going to be surveying all of our kids in grades 3 to 8 around what they believe this means. We'd love for any of our parents to also indicate what we want to define this as. We've only had a handful of families so far that have responded. The more people that answer, the better our response, better our definitions will be. So I also encourage you to include some of your notions in here around how we can define wellness in our community, how can we define kindness, and how can we define community here in District 25. And each of these statements will help us in our school leadership teams grow through this as a district community. But that is my brief, although my brief conversations have never seemed to be so brief. But I will end there. And if you have any questions about what I presented, please feel free to share, and I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Dr. Mike.
Okay, sure,
Thank
guys.
you.
And I will be back during every meeting, every DPAC meeting. If there are things that are coming up for you that you feel like you need to learn more about or want to hear more about, share it with Jenny, and we'll be happy to make sure that that we connect with you. Okay. But other than that, everyone have a great night. I'll be listening in on the election process. Good luck to whoever is going to run. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you so much. And at the end of today's meeting, I will make sure I'll show you the district website where you can find the meeting documentations, including Dr. Mike's slide. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay, so let's continue with our DPAC. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what Title I is. So Title I is a federal program who provides supplemental financial assistance to schools where the majority are low-income families. The Title I funding will be used to help support children receive a fair and equitable, high-quality education and to close the educational achievement gaps. The Title I funding is used to support students who are failing or most at risk of failing, to provide interventions programs, to provide extended learning time as before and after school sessions for summer programs, for PD, for teachers, principals, and other supporting staff to support children in shelters. And Title I schools are also required to include parents in the decision-making process regarding the Title I educational program. School must conduct an annual Title I meeting to talk about Title I and to introduce their PAC members. All Title I schools must establish a Title I PAC, which is all of you. Title I PAC must hold monthly meetings. Monthly meetings is 9 monthly meetings, and they can begin from October till June, just like the PAPTA. Next slide. So what is a Title I PAC? Title I PAC is a group of parents whose children are in the Title I program or Title I schools. Let me admit. This group gives parents a voice and help them be involved in the child's education. The chairperson, which is the leader for all Title I parents, works with the school team, SLT, to help plan, review, and improve Title I program and parent involvement activities. The chairperson keeps Title I parents informed and shares their opinions and concerns with the school leadership team. The PAC makes sure all Title I parents are included and working together with the school to support students' success. Here at the district level, we are required to establish a DPAC, including a chairperson, alternate, and a secretary, to serve as a mentors and provide guidance to Title I PACs. The Title I DPAC is a district level group made of all PAC chairpersons from school level Title I schools. It gives the parent a voice in how Title I program works across the whole district. The DPAC meets monthly, also 9 meetings, to share updates and hear from Title I PAC representatives. They collect feedbacks from parents and share important information with schools. They attend monthly City PAC meetings and gather updates and turnkey the information to the school community. They attend DLT meetings and help plan and review district-wide Title I programs. They share Title I information with parents and bring their questions and concerns to the district attention. They encourage parents' participations in trainings, meetings, and events that helps them support the child's learning. And the next would be City PAC. So what is City PAC? City PAC is core members. The City PAC core members are Title I DPAC chairs and alternate across our 32 community school districts. City PAC supports DPAC chairs and alternate with information and professional learning needs related to your role as a DPAC and a chair and a PAC chair. City PAC shares best practices that have been effective within school PACs and district PACs. City PAC works like a mentor for all the Title I PACs and DPACs and provide an extra layer of support. They attend monthly City PAC meetings, and these meetings takes place on the 4th Monday of each month. And then we're gonna I'm gonna talk a little bit about Parent and Family Engagement Policy, PFEP, and School Parent Compact. So what is that? This is a plan that explains how the school will involve parents in the child's education. The School Parent Compact shows the shared responsibilities and what we are expecting from the schools, the parents, and the students. It helps everyone understand what's expected and how to work together to help students achieve their goals and become successful. Now is DPAC election time. And I'm going to give the floor to our President's Council. Veronica is one of our co-presidents at the President's Council, and she will facilitate tonight's DPAC election. Veronica, the floor is all yours. And thank you for doing this.
No problem. Thank you so much. Well, first and foremost, before we begin, I want to wish everybody good luck. Those that are planning to nominate, I will begin by reading the duties and responsibilities of the DPAC chairperson. The DPAC chairperson shall preside at all meetings of the DPAC and serve as an ex officio member of all committees, delegate responsibilities to other members, and encourage meaningful participation in all activities, serve as the representative to the district leadership team, and attend all district parent meetings. Meet with elected board members to prepare agenda items, events, and speakers for monthly meetings. Meet every month from October through June for a total of 9 meetings with officers and memberships to share information and assist with the transfer of records to incoming officers prior to the end of their term. So at this time, are there anyone from the floor that would like to nominate themselves to run for DPAC chairperson?
I would, Crystal Gonzalez.
So we have Crystal who would like to nominate herself. Anyone else? One more time, is there anyone else who will be interested in running alongside Crystal or with just, you know, for this position for DPAC chairperson? Okay. I guess the only person interested in running for this position at this time is Crystal. Jenny? So are
Yep.
we ready to hold the elections?
We're gonna give Crystal 1 minute to introduce herself.
Yes.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Crystal Gonzalez. I am a parent of 2 children. I have a son, Kevin. He's 12 years old. He attends MS 379. I am the PAC chair at MS 379 and a PTA secretary at MS 379. I have a daughter at PS 29. I have been on SLT for 6 years at PS 29. I'm one of the PTA presidents at PS 29. Also, I was DPAC alternate for 2 years ago, and last year I was secretary for DPAC. And very interested in the position. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Crystal. Since there are no other nominees, we are going to go ahead and move for a vote. Are we all ready for a vote? Thumbs up? Yes. Those in favor of supporting Crystal, say yay or raise your thumbs.
I'll put a yes in the chat.
Mm-hmm. I believe we have everyone. We have unanimous consent. So Crystal, congratulations. You have been elected as the DPAC chairperson.
Thank
Yay!
you. Looking forward to a successful year.
Yay.
Yay, Crystal, congratulations.
Thank you.
And we look forward to be working closely with you. Let me share my screen for DPAC alternate.
Thank you so much, Jenny. The duties and responsibilities of the DPAC alternate. The DPAC alternate shall assist the chairperson with the duties as outlined above and shall assume his or her duties in his or her absence or at the chair's request. Alternate chairperson will move up to chairperson via succession and hold an election to fill the alternate chairperson position. At this time, are there anyone from the floor who would like to nominate themselves as DPAC alternate chairperson?
I got an email and a written note from Jamie. Jamie, unfortunately, had to, had to leave the Zoom meeting. But she would like to nominate herself, and she's from PS 29. She's the PAC chair for PS 29. She would like to nominate herself, and I got an email from her stating that.
All right, so Jamie is one of the nominees.
Yeah, she was here before, but I knew that she had to leave, so she nominated herself by giving me a written consent.
All right. Is there anyone else who would like to nominate themselves at this time? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. So the only person that we have who has nominated herself, who cannot be here, but has nominated herself via email is Jamie. So are we okay to move for a vote? Is there anything that she would like to say, or we're okay to move for a vote? Yeah, all right.
Anyone?
So
Do we have parents say yes? Okay. Can we ask for some thumbs up in the chat?
yes,
Since we don't see a lot of cameras on. Okay. Oh, they were using the emoji, thumbs up emoji. Awesome. Yep. Yay.
all right.
Congratulations to Jamie.
Congratulations to Jamie. She is now our DPAC chair alternate.
Jenny, can you
And-
put Jamie's full name in the chat and her school for me?
Yep. I will
you.
do it right now. It's Jamie Wong. And she's from PS 29. Cute.
Great. Congratulations to Crystal
Oh.
and Jamie.
I email one person. I have to email to everyone. I'm sorry. Jamie Wong, PS 29. And instead of saying direct message, I'm gonna do everyone in the meeting. Okay. And then let me share my screen.
Thank you so much, Jenny.
Thank you.
We will now
Last.
move to the last position, the duties and responsibilities of a DPAC secretary. The recording secretary shall prepare meeting notices, agendas, and sign-in sheets, and record the minutes at all meetings. Is there anyone who would like to nominate themselves at this time for this position? Anyone who would like to nominate themselves for this position?
I'm waiting for Louis to to inform what the role entails. Louis, you are very good at it.
This one needs convincing? Okay. So as the secretary, you will be, your main responsibility is going to be generating the meeting minutes after every meeting. You saw what those meetings look like. They're not that complicated. Jenny went over several months of them in about 10 minutes. So they're not super complicated. However, since all DPAC meetings are virtual, they are all recorded. And with that video recording, which you could, of course, watch the video recording to take minutes. You don't have to take minutes, in real time while the meeting is happening live. But it also records a transcript file, which is basically a text file that has line by line everything that was said and who said it, depending on what their name is on Zoom, of course. And what we can do very easily is actually take that file, upload it into one of our AI assistants, whether it be Copilot or Google, Gemini, and just ask it to make meeting minutes using the transcript file. And you get really nice detailed minutes very quickly. All you have to do is copy and paste it, clean it up a little bit, maybe change the name or two, or add another detail that maybe it left out. And but really the frame of it is there. It's super easy. So I don't want anyone to be nervous about taking on the role of secretary. It's really super easy. And it's a really important part of the DPAC. So we really want to make sure that we have a functioning DPAC in District 25. Is that good, Jenny?
Yes, and also me and Louis and Dr. Mike and Deputy Superintendent Ume, we are all here to support. So anything you guys need, we will be there to support you. Anyone?
Anyone? Sounds like a cool position. Sounds like you will have a lot of support, and we definitely want to encourage you to really do this. I mean, I speak from being a recording secretary at a CPTA. I think it's one of the greatest positions because you're in charge of disseminating information to many communities, and that's what we want. Make the message as concise as possible so everyone out there can see and can read and can be informed in a way that is understood by everyone. Anyone? None takers? So I guess this remains a vacant position, and I guess we can move on. Are we all in agreement? Since there are no one else who would like to nominate themselves at this time.
Can we nominate you, Veronica?
No, I would love to. Can I nominate someone? Can we still put this position forward for the rest of the district? I think it might be a fair opportunity
Well,
for everyone else.
Yeah, for any future DPAC meetings, we will mention this vacancy, and any parent who wants to step up at that moment or that time they feel ready, they can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jenny, can the DPAC still function?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good.
The mandated are the DPAC
Got it.
chair and the alternate. Yeah. Well, I
All
guess
right.
I'll be the secretary for now, which I'm okay with, since we have AI to help me support.
You're doing a great job at it, Jenny.
Yes, you're doing a fantastic job, Jenny.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for supporting me. Let me share my screen again. And thank you, Veronica, for facilitating the election.
No, thank you. And I look forward to working with all of you in different roles and different capacities. I really appreciate the opportunity to chair this election. Thank you so much.
We do have the entire President's Council here with us for support. We have Myrna and Rachel also joining us in this meeting. Okay. So DPAC bylaws. We've been trying to make some changes. So DPAC bylaws must be reviewed every year and updated every 3 years. So it is time to update it. Let me click on it. Everyone have access to the bylaws. I will show you where to find all the meeting documentations, including the bylaws and including Dr. Mike's slide. I have highlighted where we reviewed since March. We wanted to change our quorum of 8 to a quorum of 5 members, because we often of the time we do not meet quorum, and so in that way we couldn't conduct the meeting or approve the minute. So everyone, I will show you the District 25's website, d25.nyc. Do you guys see it? Once you go to the website, you will go to public meetings. We have the CEC meeting, we have DLT meeting, we have President's Council meeting, and we have recorded meetings and parent chat. The DPAC is hidden inside DLT. There's an arrow, side arrow. You click on it and you click on DPAC. This is the site where you join our meeting, the DPAC meeting. There's a Zoom link. Meeting schedules, we haven't set up any meetings yet since we were waiting for the election. And now we have a chairperson and an alternate. We can all work together to schedule our future meetings. And Louis will make sure the names will be, oh, Louis, you are very fast. Good night.
I don't do it for you, I do it for me.
I didn't even realize you have it on it already. Okay.
When's the next meeting? I'll put that up there too.
I will work with Crystal and Jamie to come up with the meeting dates and then meeting recordings.
Okay.
Meeting documents are right here. When you click on share documents, you can find anything that we've been presenting during our meetings. The minutes, the bylaws, my slide, Dr. Mike's slide. So you can find anything right here. Let me go back to my slide. I can't find it. Okay, it's right here. So now we gonna ask everyone to review the bylaws. Next month, hopefully we're gonna meet quorum, which is 8. So we can make the amendments and approve the changes. We need to change it from 8 to 5. These are our Title I schools for 2020. Oh my God. See, Jenny, I did not update it again. I apologize. For 2025 and 2026 school year. And these are our DOE vetted or approved vendors that we have been working with. So if we have any Title I parents who are looking for ideas on how to spend that 1% set aside, these are some of the ideas. We will invite them in. In the past, we have been inviting Elevate. We have been inviting Child Mind Institute, and we also invited Turbobo to come in. This way you can meet the presenters, know more about the programs or anything they provide, and bring that back to your PAC meetings. and have that up to a vote to see if everyone agrees on how to spend that 1% Title I fund. These are the monthly DPAC flyers that I send out to our parent coordinators, then go ahead and remind you about our DPAC meetings. Once I have once all schools complete the iPlan portal is where I go in and find everyone's names and contact information. I will also send out an email on, myself to remind you about the future DPAC meetings. That's it from me. Does anyone have any questions? Let me stop sharing.
Jenny,
Yes.
not a question, but well, just letting you know, Jamie and I are available on Thursday or Friday.
Thursday, there's no school. Can we meet Friday?
Friday. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What time do you want to meet?
In the morning sometime.
Friday, October. We are October
October 3rd.
3rd. Yep.
Mhm.
I'm flexible anytime that you want. So want to do 9 o'clock?
Sure, we can do 9.
Or I'm flexible. If you want to do a little bit earlier
Okay.
or a little bit after, I'm flexible.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask her.
Yes. Yes.
I'm fine, but let me ask her.
Yes. Just let me know, and I can create the meeting link and I'll send it to both of you so we can have a virtual meeting.
9:30.
9:30.
Mhm.
Awesome. So efficient. We already came up with a meeting so we can schedule our future meeting dates. I will create a meeting link via Microsoft Teams and I'll send it to you and Jamie. Sounds
Okay,
good?
no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know that I had asked you in the chat about like the details of the Title I and stuff like that. Would I be able to find that in the website, or would
Yes, I have
Okay.
already uploaded it to the website. So again,
Okay.
you go to d25.nyc, you go to public meetings, and you click on DLT, but there's an arrow next to DLT that gives you access to DPAC and the meeting documentations. If you, for some reason, cannot find it and cannot open it, you can email me and call me, okay? I will put my contact information in the chat.
Thank
It's
you.
jchain2.school@schools. And then you can also call me at 347-850-3048. So you can
Thank you.
reach me both ways, either email or phone. And I'll make sure I'll email it to you separately, or I'll show you how to access that slide. Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. And if it's PDF file, but if you want a Google document, the slide, so you can make some changes, let me know. I'll share that with you so you can adjust it to, to fit your own school.
Yeah, because we have a meeting to talk about this, so
No worries. I'll share my slide with you.
thank you.
If you,
I'm sorry.
Madeline, you can also email me tomorrow. Once you email me, I'll send you my slide so you can make adjustments.
Okay, perfect. And then by when do we need to let I guess the district know when we're gonna use the funds, the 1%, like by when?
There is a timeline. I will share the timelines with you as well. There is a timeline on how to, like when to have meetings, when to have the Title I has a whole timeline, when to have the annual meetings, when to have the complete iPlan portal, when to have those 9, and then you have to plan your 9-month meetings. Each month you will have to have a DPAC meeting, not DPAC meeting, a PAC meeting. I'm sorry, school district. School level is PAC meetings. We do recommend all Title I PAC to have their meetings with the PAPTA on the same day, but make sure the flyer shows it's 2 separate meetings, because this way you only have the audience to attend the meeting once. You might not get, audience to return back to another meeting. It might be too much in 1 week or 1 month. So if you have it with your PAPTA, make sure the flyers indicate it's 2 separate meetings. Once the PAPTA meeting ends, the DPAC, the PAC meetings begins.
Okay.
You're welcome, Angela.
There was something else that you mentioned, but then we got cut off with the meeting part.
Okay, but if you think of it overnight, just email me tomorrow. I'm
Awesome.
here tomorrow. I'm just off Thursday, but I'm here tomorrow and Friday. Wait, tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
Awesome. No, I think that's it. So it has to be, how many people has to join the PAC meeting in order to qualify for like
So depending on your bylaws, it's minimum 8, a minimum 5. But if your bylaw says 8, you have to make sure you have 8 parents even able to change the bylaws. That's why I wanna I want to make sure our bylaws get updated to 5, since in the past it's always hard to. We don't have a lot of we don't have high participations of Title I schools, so it's been very hard to conduct business or even approve minutes, as you saw that I have to table minutes from March to September for approval. So I would like to keep it 5, but if you think another number is better, bring it up to your school, review it with your school community, and have them vote.
Okay, so like if they, like for example, if we have our upcoming meeting, if we say, oh, we want to minimize it to 5
5 is the minimum.
participants as opposed to the 8, if they all vote on it, I reach out to you and let you know.
Make sure you need 2 meetings to amend a bylaws. The first meeting is always to review and discuss it. The second meeting is to vote on it. So you will need at least 2 meetings.
Jenny, is that for each of us?
Everyone
or just
has,
Madeline you're speaking to?
yeah, every school, every Title I school has their own bylaws. Look at your bylaw and see what the quorum is. Yours might be another different number. Ours is 8. We're gonna change it to 5. Yours might be a different number.
And so I
But the
should relay this to the PAC chairperson?
Yes,
Okay.
bring it up for discussion and to review it, and then the second meeting would be to vote on it.
Got it.
So it'll be like our the November meeting will be to vote.
Yes,
Within PAC, not within DPAC.
PAC, it's PAC,
PAC.
it's yours. Yeah, each school has their own bylaws. We have our own DPAC bylaws.
So on the website, will we be able to see our bylaws based on our school or?
No, I don't have access to your bylaw. Your school should have a copy of the bylaw. Yeah.
Okay.
Or your previous PAC chair should have a copy of the bylaw.
Weather with a high of 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
If Madeline, if you for some reasons do not have access to any bylaws and no one ever had the bylaw or seen the bylaw, it's okay to create one from scratch. There's a template and where you can create it, but still you will get approval from your school community.
Okay.
But that's only if the bylaw never existed or was never created. They should be somewhere. But for a brand new school who recently became Title I school, they might not have a, old bylaw. So they will have to create one from the scratch. But there's a template for that.
And where can we find that template? I'm sorry.
I'll send that to you as well.
Thank you. Sorry, I just want to ask the question. This is my first time in this meeting, so I'm not sure exactly what.
Do not worry. That's why we are here. I'm also learning. So I'm also learning alongside with you ladies, and whatever information I get, I'll turnkey to you ladies so you guys can have a successful meeting at your school.
Thank you.
And now I have Crystal and Jamie working with me, so it will be, it will be more information we can share. So we can alternate. We'll be working closely together to make sure our PAC gets the support they need.
Yes.
Crystal, I'm very excited.
Me
Mhm.
too. I'm looking forward to it.
Did we, I'm gonna pause recording. I'm gonna stop the recording.